All right, what's up, everybody? This is the Huge Movie Podcast, Episode 1. I am Chris Carfaro. Alongside me, Connor Garrigan.
Hey.
Jonathan Gallagher.
Hello.
And our producer extraordinaire, Jack Mayberry.
Hello.
What's up, everybody? So, this being episode number 1, I want to give you guys the rundown of what we're doing. We have a huge, massive bracket, and as it is, March Madness right now. What a better theme to have a podcast about movies and make sure that they're competing against each other. Yeah, it works out perfectly, and this is going to go on longer than March, so eventually it won't make any sense. We're still going to do it.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we've taken the top 100 movies of all time at the time that I actually downloaded the bracket, and we broke them down based on their rankings from 1 to 100, put them in a massive 100-team bracket, and we're going to compete, or we're going to put movies against each other every single week in order to figure out which movie is actually the best movie of all time. Personally, I'm sick of having
This is not affiliated with.
No, we hate them. They're our rivals. We can
Just bleep it out.
Yeah. We'll bleep out the name.
But leave it in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those who we should not speak of. What do they call Voldemort? Yeah.
The one that shall not be named.
Did you use they them pronouns for Voldemort?
Yes.
Is that directly in response to J.K. Rowling's position on the matter?
You know, it's a Freudian slip type thing. I just want to make sure that we correctly identify Voldemort. Because, he's evil, but he's not that evil. We got to make sure that we're treating him just like everyone else.
He was once a normal man.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
One you could sympathize with.
Mm-hmm. Just a kid trying to learn magic.
All right, so before we get into the matchup, let's start off with a new segment, a brand new segment to the very new podcast, Synopsis Surprise. John, take it away.
All right, so we just came up with this 10 minutes ago. Each of us is going to pick a movie each time and start reading a section of the Wikipedia page. The rest of the fellas in the room, people in the room, will basically try to guess that film. Should we set it so you only have one guess, or are you allowed to just keep yelling out guesses?
One guess.
Everyone gets one guess.
Everyone gets one guess.
How is the game Wordle played? You have a certain amount of tries.
Yeah, you get 3 guesses.
Lose. All right, so
we want to give people
3 guesses per person.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be easier
turns.
we don't need that.
I think we can develop an app and make sure that each time all right, I'm done with that. That was stupid.
Investors.
It was never going to work.
All right. Well, I've got mine. I guess I could start, right?
Well, I think we just do one a week and we'll alternate who does it every week.
Okay. That's fine.
Fine, just fine.
All right. Here we go. Let's see what the reception is.
Goodwill Hunting.
That's a good first guess. And that's the end of this segment. All right. Here we go. On review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes, the film has an approval rating of 10% based on 164 reviews and an average rating of 3.4 out of 10. The site's critical consensus reads, filled with double entendres and potty humor, this cat falls flat. On Metacritic, the film has a score of 19 out of 100, indicating overwhelming dislike. Peter Travers of Rolling Stone gave the film 1 star, stating, another overblown Hollywood raid on Dr. Seuss has a draw on Mike Myers.
Oh, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the Hat. 2004. Cat in the Hat. The live action.
Mike Myers, Cat in the Hat.
Wow, they hated that.
Yeah. Chris Farley he had 95% of the lines done for Cat in the Hat.
Really?
Oh, really?
No, that was Shrek.
All right, my last guess, Goodwill Hunting.
I thought Chris Farley was part of Fat in the Hat. Folks.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Please delete that.
I'm bringing it back. I don't care what anyone says. That's my favorite thing in the world. All right. So that was something, and now we're gonna start with the battle. Basically, we're gonna have each week we're gonna alternate through. One of us is going to, or we're gonna put two movies together that we're going through on the bracket. One of us is gonna take the side of one movie, the other one will take the side of the other one, and our job are to convince the other two people in the room which movie moves on to the next round. That makes sense?
No.
Makes sense to me.
That's rude. It doesn't make sense while you're bombing me right now. Anyway, today's matchup. I think it's the 63rd and 64th seeds.
Yeah.
We have
Tell you in a second.
Okay.
Get my magnifying glass.
While Connor's looking that up, you too can be a part of the action by clicking the link below and joining the community for this IMDb Top 100 bracket. I don't remember the name of the website right now, but I will dub it over in post so it sounds like I'm saying the correct name.
Okay.
And if you also click the link and we get 1,000 subscribers, Chris will start a Feet Finder account.
That's true. I actually just clipped my toenails last night, and even I was like, whoa.
Big for you.
Yeah,
You ever
I know.
gotten a pedicure before?
I've gotten one
Oh, they're
pedicure
so
in my
nice.
life.
I've
It is
never
nice.
gotten one.
It's
I
nice.
just want
Nice.
to show you my feet.
I got one, my first one last year, and I had to go again. It was that nice.
I'll have to give it a try.
So what movies are we watching?
Yeah, so it's the 64th and 65th seed. With the 64th seed is Three Idiots, a movie out of Bollywood, and 65th is Wall-E.
Where's Wall-E out of?
Hollywood.
Earth.
So Wall-E, the 2008 film, computer animated science fiction movie from Disney and Pixar, directed by Andrew Stanton of Finding Nemo and John Carter fame, also Finding Dory. He wrote for a lot of the Disney Pixar movies and produced for a lot of even more of them, but only directed these few. The movie did really well at the U.S. box office with $223 million and then $530 million worldwide. Cool fact about this movie, the main characters, the voice actors, are not actors or voice actors. They were sound employees. So Ben Burt, who voiced Wall-E, was a sound designer. Voiced some stuff before this, just like filling in here and there. And the other was Alyssa Knight. She was just an employee, and then she did a little bit of work after, too.
I'll be completely honest.
Pretty cool.
Anyone could have done that job.
I know, but so it's cool that they gave it to their employees. You know?
Yeah, I guess so. I like to be more cynical.
And then the supporting roles were Sigourney Weaver, Jeff Garlin, and Fred Willard, among
Willard.
others.
The only thing I kept looking to see
Fred
if
Willard
I could.
was the first live-action character in a Pixar movie. In this movie.
He was
Oh,
live
really?
action in this movie?
Oh yeah. Oh, John didn't watch
So
any of the
I
movies.
I didn't watch the movies.
Yeah, neither did Jack. So
normally
they will
we
be
should
the
watch the
ones.
movies.
They will be the judges this time, and Connor and I are the only good boys who do our homework. So we're gonna actually be the
All right.
arguers.
To be fair, I didn't know even what the
Jack got-
podcast was about until you guys got here.
That is true. You had
Yeah.
plenty of time while I was struggling with those cameras to watch both movies.
Oh, I don't know.
No, 4 hours.
So Wall-E's there was a shorter movie. I think it was like 2 hours or an hour and 40 minutes, something like that. 3 Idiots was long, so that's normal for Bollywood movies, but not normal for us. So 3 Idiots was a 2009 movie, also an award-winning Bollywood comedy, drama, and coming of age, is what they say online.
Damn.
I think it had I think this is, from what I've read, this is pretty normal for Bollywood movies, that it's a lot of different genres wrapped into one, but I would have said it was like a comedy drama plus, I don't know, a bunch of other shit. Like, it's everything all
You
in
don't
one.
see that in Hollywood.
Not
Comedy
that
and
much.
drama.
But like, there's some scary scenes, there's some action scenes. Like, it's pretty, there's like suspenseful stuff,
Musical numbers.
a little bit of a thriller.
Love.
Yeah.
Sci-fi.
But
No
mostly
sci-fi.
comedy and drama.
What?
There's no sci-fi, unfortunately.
It was
Actually, that's not
It
true.
was scientific and it was
Yeah.
fictional.
Yeah.
They came out
It's
with
about
the
engineering.
yeah. They came out with the idea.
Wait, it was based on a true story?
No.
I'm just kidding.
This is directed by Rajkumar Hirani. He did 2 movies before this, Munna by MBBS and I can't. Apologize. I apologize for my terrible pronunciation.
We're gonna dub over
Laj
the real
Raho Munabai, and then a couple movies after. I think he's working on a movie now too.
We'll fix it in post.
And then it stars Amir Khan, R. Madhavan, Sharman Joshi, Kareena Kapoor, and Boman Irani.
Awesome. So you ready to do this? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, John.
I think commentary that we were talking about this on the ride here. It's interesting that if you want to be a Bollywood actor, you basically just have to be down to do musical numbers.
Yeah.
You got to be a song and dance man.
You have to be a song and dance man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one
Like
of my
the old
biggest
days.
gripes. It literally, there were parts in the movie that I was actually really getting into, which was hard for me because I am severely dyslexic and reading the subtitles was very difficult. But as soon as I would get like fully invested in the story, immediately the dance number would come out and I'd just be gone. I'd be like, all right, I'm done now.
Yeah.
And it takes me just as long to get back into it.
Yeah.
I hate dance scenes. I can't do it.
I hate dancing.
Has there ever
just
been one
skip over them.
that you guys liked in a movie?
A dance scene?
Like
Babylon.
a true cutaway. We're doing a musical number now.
Not really.
I only can think of one. Jersey Boys, like the movie, or High School Musical.
I don't
Gotta
dance.
get your head in the game.
Yeah, the first High School Musical.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, you did.
I'm a bad movie guy.
No, you saw
Actually,
it.
where is that on the list?
You can't not.
Yeah. Wait, it's not on the list?
No.
It should be.
I don't
Only-
think we, I
only
don't think
two
we
and
have the
three are
updated
on.
numbers.
Yeah. Only 2 and 3. But
Wally.
I think Babylon had a great, not I guess a dance number. It wasn't like a musical, but
Is that on here? I don't think I've seen that movie. I think it's on here.
Babylon.
Babylon? The new
We
one?
saw it together.
Oh my God! I was thinking of
the
like
new movie.
some. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Lawrence of Arabia.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
literally what I was thinking.
British
of.
Yeah.
Beatlemania? We like to have fun here.
What about? Did you guys ever see Magnolia? You didn't, right?
Steel Magnolia?
No, regular Magnolia.
With Tom Cruise.
All right, well, never mind. They
No.
do a scene where like they all start singing a song. They're all in different scenes, but they all start singing the same song. It's really weird. The song comes on,
What's
I
the
think I know what you're
Beatles
talking
movie
about.
too? That had all the music.
Across the Universe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was enjoyable.
And A Hard Day's Night. And Yellow Submarine.
The only one that I can think of that
Strawberry Fields Forever.
I didn't completely hate was The Love Guru.
Oh, I love that movie.
Because it was at the very end of the movie and it signified that this piece of shit was over.
What? Wait, whoa. All right. Wait. That is one of my favorite movies.
Oh,
The
God.
Love-
And now, and you will forever be questioned about your
Oh my
movie
god.
taste.
I love The Love Guru, The Dictator,
Yeah.
Borat, like anything.
Borat's
with,
good.
With whatever
Sacha
I forget
Baron
the
Cohen?
guy's name is. Yeah.
Right? That's his name? Wait, he was
Sasha
in The Love
Baron Cohen
Guru?
was not in the Love Guru.
I
That was
thought it-
Mike Myers.
Oh, really?
He got a lot of crap for that. 'Cause
I
it was
forgot,
that was
I
brown
forgot,
face. Like that was bad.
You might be relegated to the computer after
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one.
yeah. I might as well walk over there now.
Not a lot of Mike Myers films on the list here.
Yes, there is. Inglourious Bastards.
It's true.
One.
Yep.
Yep.
Also, I really kind of feel like Shrek should be on this list. I really
Yeah.
do. I think if there's like 4 Pixar movies, like especially fucking Toy Story 3.
Yeah, that
Shrek
was
should
one
be
of the
on this
most
list.
questionable ones that
I
I've
don't know
seen
how
on
you
there.
came up with Wall-E on the list, though. That's
Yeah,
like
I
one
mean-
movie I've never thought about.
It was pretty
It's really
critically
good.
acclaimed
Really?
at the
Yeah,
time.
it won 98 awards. It was nominated for 98 awards. It won like the best animated picture that year.
Yeah.
Really? I never even watched it as a kid.
I mean, no, this is the first time I ever watched it, and it's like it has all of those thematic elements to make like a really good critically acclaimed movie. Like the love story, you have a dystopian future, you have like I guess it's sending a message. Talking about like the Earth being like wasting away and all that type of stuff. So
It's
they,
an environmental message.
yeah, so yeah, I can't say words good sometimes. But you have all of these different elements, and then to have the backing from Disney, obviously for like marketing purposes and stuff like that. It just kind of had, I think, at the time, like the perfect storm of stuff going for it. And it's pretty good. Like I thought it was a pretty good movie at the end of the day. So
It's well written. It was so reading a little bit about it. You kind of see this when you're watching it. I think it was pretty heavy-handed, but a lot of homages to like silent films because they wanted to do a movie that was just so captivating just by the visuals and the animation style and tell a story that way that they watched a ton of Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton movies. To get the tone right and to get like the movements for the robots, all that like down perfectly. And I think they did a really good job. Like you didn't need to understand what was going on. You really didn't need any of the dialogue that's in it at all.
no, not at all. And that dialogue didn't come till like at least 15 minutes into the movie.
Well, I shouldn't say you didn't need it at all because at the end that was like the big part of the story.
Right.
But yeah,
But to engage you early on, you didn't need it.
no, not at all.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the battle.
Fight!
I believe I'm taking Wally and you're taking Three Idiots.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you want to start or do you want me to go first?
I think we should do a coin toss.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Okay.
Hey
Anybody
Siri.
have a coin?
Anyone have a coin?
Hey
Your
Siri,
phone-
toss a
your phone's
coin.
Taking video.
Oh, I don't have Siri on my phone. I just say that sometimes.
You do have Siri on your phone.
I disabled it because. I
Oh,
don't-
now
Hey, Siri,
Siri's
flip a
talking
coin.
for my computer. Oh fuck!
Hey, Siri.
Did you fuck
Tails.
it up? No,
It's
no.
tails.
Yeah.
We didn't say who had what though.
Oh my
All
god!
right. What do you?
I'm gonna go heads.
It's heads.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Do you want to go first?
No, I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay. So I'm choosing Three Idiots. This is a tough decision.
I have notes.
And I'll tell you why I did this. Is that I had a lot of fun watching this movie. It was 3 hours. I, unlike Chris, like the breaks that the musical numbers give you. It's kind of like a break from the storyline. You get refreshed. You jump back in. Kept me going. It's a long movie. But the musical numbers split it up into like 3 different movies, which is what it felt like too, because the story just goes, it takes so many turns.
It's a real slog.
Yeah, is that what does that mean?
Like a
Just
It
like
means you did.
hogwash.
It means you
like
don't
the
watch it.
trenches in World War One.
Oh.
Yeah, I do have to say, not being a fan
So
of.
Move your mic
I'm just saying,
down a
gun to
little.
my head.
It
I'm
looks
about to
good,
die
good stuff.
or whatever. I need to watch a movie that's going to entertain me the most. I'm picking Three Idiots. I love Wally, but this one just did it for me.
So here's the thing about Three Idiots for me. I'm not that involved with Bollywood films.
Neither am I.
There's a lot
This
of
was my
suicide
introduction,
in it.
pretty much.
It was almost too much suicide.
It was heavy.
I would-
Wait, how
Reading the
many-
synopsis, I
how
felt
many
that way too.
suicides were
Yeah.
in this
There
film?
were 2 suicides. No, 3
3.
suicides.
That's a lot.
I think one's enough.
2
I feel like
and 1
one's
attempt.
pushing it already.
Yeah, exactly.
2 and 1 attempt.
Yep, 2 and 1 attempt. You know what didn't
Cult
have any
stuff
suicides?
going on?
Wally didn't have any suicides in it, so I preferred it in that regard.
Wait.
See,
Are you done talking about Three Idiots?
No.
No, we're just gonna have a conversation,
No.
guys. I
But
might
to
say
see the
more words
suicide-
than he will.
I don't know. Like, I think it's a peek into a culture that we don't know a lot about because they are under. This is a huge deal over there. Like, and you can kind of just get it from the movie. Like, I didn't do much research on it afterwards, but that the idea of providing for your family and going to school and getting a good job and doing what you have to do to make sure that you are supporting your entire family. It's so much pressure, and I feel like this is just. Like the movie was just a very good explanation and commentary on how destructive that can be to an individual who needs to do something else.
Right.
I think
And,
that
like-
was the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it was melodramatic. I think
No.
I again only read the synopsis, but
Yeah.
I did at first think 3 suicides. Wow. And then I think
That's
was
how destructive that can be.
yeah, that was meant to be that way.
That's kind of like why this is more going off with like the whole bracket. There are so many interesting matchups like throughout the entire tournament, if you want to call it that, that you just probably would never even guess you would never think of comparing these 2 movies. And if you think about it, like the Bollywood theme I almost saw is like kind of cartoonish in and of itself. And then you're obviously comparing that to an actual cartoon in Wall-E. You have the social, pressures in India that are really highlighted in Three Idiots, and then you have kind of like societal pressures taking care of the planet in Wall-E. So it's like even though on the surface neither one of these movies would have a lot in common, it was pretty cool to see like there are elements that you could easily compare between the two movies.
Yeah.
And having said that, I just liked WALL-E so much better.
Yeah.
Did you get up at all while watching Three Idiots?
Multiple
Just the
times.
Okay.
I had to.
It was such a
3
long-
hours.
Bodily function.
Yeah,
That's clean.
But I did not stop watching it.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
I watched about 20 minutes of it. I was planning.
Oh, did you really?
I was
But-
planning to get through it, but
It's kind of like a superhero movie too, which will always keep me
The trailer looked funny.
sucked in. Yeah.
Very misleading now that I'm finding out about all these suicides.
No, but it's still like everything else is like done in a very light manner. So
it's a suicide and then musical number.
That's what I was thinking.
And, like, a little- a
it's
prank, like-
fucked up thing, and then let's sing and
All
dance.
is well.
yeah.
We're all in this together. Like a high school
Yeah.
musical number.
It was pretty close to that, to be honest.
Oh my god.
It's very goofy in some parts. Like they play pranks on their professor. Like, so it's about these 3 friends that meet in college at a very prestigious engineering school, and 2 of them are struggling. They like barely got in or something like that, and they're not doing well. And the one just loves learning; it comes to him naturally. And he, in the other 2 guys' eyes, this guy is like the best. Helps them like solve all their problems in their life. He is just smart. He finishes first in their class. Like they love him, and then he just disappears after they graduate. And there's a lot of bullying of nerds in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
Okay, I wanna watch
Unreal.
it.
yeah,
Good.
it's pretty fucking
I
nuts.
missed those days.
That was the most man ass
I was
I've
the
seen in
nerd.
a while. Yeah, yeah.
So one of the nerds that they bullied, like throughout the whole movie, deserved it some parts. Most of it actually, he's a fucking dork. But I'm just kidding. He comes back and like he's very successful and he wants to rub it in their faces, and then he helps them find their friend that disappeared. But
So it's Bollywood Hangover.
Kinda.
yeah,
Mixed with Bollywood American Pie.
Dramatic
Except
pause.
that takes the course of 10 years. They're just not as determined to find this guy. There's no wedding that's expediting the process.
and that was one thing. They were like, we tried so hard to find this guy for 5
That's
years.
Monsoon Wedding.
You're not really.
And they just
selling
never
it to
Googled
me
his
right
name.
now.
What, the movie?
Yeah.
I think it was like just like a fun change of pace, whereas WALL-E, I feel like just was more. It just felt more. That's not even true. I was gonna say more epic, but this was an epic movie. Like
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to describe Three Idiots as non-epic.
But is that
No.
a joke
It's
too?
like a
that they're
goofy
3
epic
idiots,
movie, though.
But they're in like a Ivy League, basically.
I feel
They're
like
the
engineering
3
program.
like
Right. I mean that's probably
idiots
part
in
of it.
different ways. So the 2 of them are probably the idiots of the school. Like,
Like
they finish like
socially,
last.
or-
Like,
No, they're
they
always
finish last in their
last.
class. And then the other guy is just like annoying because he seems like he's enlightened. Like he's like been a Buddhist for his whole life, and I don't know, reached enlightenment. That's the type of figure they paint him to be. But
Okay.
I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Wait, that's Rancho?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when like people like that just fucking rub it in.
Yeah.
And again, part of the reason. Again, part of the reason why I just hated the fact that I had to read the subtitles. And I know it's a personal thing for me, but when there's that big and spoiler alerts heavily, where there's the big
Suicide.
realization that Rancho is actually lying about who he really
Yeah.
was the whole time.
So spoiler, towards the end of the movie, you find out that Rancho is a different person. So
Right.
they Google his name, they find that he's the son of this wealthy businessman or someone in the governor or something like that. Yeah.
I said
And
it in the trailer.
oh, okay,
I
yeah.
was like, damn, you're
Yeah.
really good.
And then they go to find him and they go to see him, and it's not him. But it turns out that the Rancho they know was that guy's servant, and he just went to school for him since he was a little kid, because his dad couldn't take the shame of having an idiot son, so he wanted him to have an engineering degree.
Which is that something that's common in India? Because they made
don't know.
it seem
Servants?
just like, oh
Servants
yeah.
are.
Servants are common.
Yeah.
No, it's not a servant really. It's more along the lines of this guy got
Paid helper.
I
I
guess
think they're
that
called
is a
servants,
servant.
yeah. And it's like their caste system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they glossed over it really quickly, like, oh, obviously this is what happened, you know? Where I'm like, how is that even possible? Like, you can't get someone to take your SATs, let alone take an entire 4 years of college.
You can get someone to take your SATs.
So
You know
he was
what?
that powerful of a man that so the kids like figured it out when they were younger. You saw that.
Okay.
And then the dad, once the teacher found out, brought it to the attention of the dad before the school because the dad had that much power. And the dad's like, hey, let it go. I want my kid to have a degree, and this is the only way he's going to get a degree.
Do you think this doesn't happen in the U.S., Chris?
I mean,
Felicity Huffman,
I don't know who that is.
Lori Loughlin.
I don't. Also,
Full
no
House.
idea.
Gilmore
The
Girls.
Full House lady who got in trouble for the college scandal.
What was the house full of?
Kids. College kids.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. By the way, that's a pretty cool documentary too.
Full House?
Seen it.
Yeah, Full House. Kimmy Gibbler, tragic.
What happened with
A lot
her?
of suicides in that one, too.
Kimmy Gibbler?
Kimmy Gibbler.
What about her?
Are you familiar?
No.
I don't know where I'm going with that.
Stephanie from Full House has had some struggles.
Stephanie Tanner.
Stephanie Tanner. I don't remember her other name.
Did she die?
No, but she's had a lot of
came
issues
close.
with drugs and stuff. Yeah.
Interesting.
Got shoved at a protest.
Did she?
I just remember seeing that on YouTube a
Really?
while ago. Yeah, by like a cop. I forget
my
what
God.
it was for, but I
Man.
just remember it was like on the news and stuff.
They were protesting Fuller House.
Yeah, it must have been.
Worthwhile. That show sucked. Dave Coulier got sucked off in a movie theater. by
Really?
Alanis Morissette.
Isn't that ironic?
Yeah.
Hey.
But as far as entertainment wise, I think that's why I would choose this. So it's really a tough decision for me. So if Wally wins, I'm not going to be upset.
Yeah,
But
this is like
this is,
pretty
like-
darn close.
Yeah. Mhm.
Would Seth Rogen like it?
I think so. I don't know if he's a Bollywood guy though.
That should be another segment.
If
Would
Seth Rogen
Rogen
like it.
like this? Yeah, we don't know him or
Yeah.
anything, but this is what we think.
Yeah.
I found that
It definitely made me want to see more Bollywood movies though. I
See,
really enjoyed it.
I had the opposite effect. I think that that's just one movie that I've seen from Bollywood, and if that is the pinnacle of Bollywood films, then I'm good. Like I don't need any more of the pageantry that comes along with Bollywood. And then again, that's obviously like a personal preference and everything like that, but to me, it doesn't drive the storyline. Like I said before, it just took me out of it completely when a lot of the dance numbers were happening. And maybe I'd give a Bollywood movie a better shot if it was dubbed. Because I'm telling you,
You can probably
doesn't
find them.
it doesn't seem like much, but that reading thing's a real struggle for your boy Chris over here.
Yeah.
I don't like dubbed movies at all. I
Really?
prefer,
I like
prefer the
dubs.
I think the
don't
tone-
know subtitles.
I
or
prefer
dubs
dubbed.
either.
If it's animated, I don't mind dubbed, but I feel like the tone for a dubbed movie that's with live actors, like it's really hard to get the same
Wait,
tone.
can
'Cause that
I
could be
just go
jarring,
back
too.
to one thing real quick? So you said you don't like the dance scenes and the pageantry. Do you ever feel like you just might not be cultured enough to appreciate it? Like, do you ever think that maybe you just
Jack,
don't
I
get
don't
out enough
I don't
for
think that I'm not cultured enough. I know I'm not cultured enough. It is an issue, and I get through it every
Because
day.
there's one movie that I'm pumped for that's coming out of Bollywood, and I've never
Of
really
Hollywood?
seen any, or Bollywood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Spider-Man.
A Bollywood version of
I
Spider-Man?
believe so. Like they're doing Spider-Man India.
Oh, that would be sick.
Yeah.
I know there's gonna be a
So
Spider-Man.
now I'm
India.
nervous that there's gonna be dancing in the Spider-Man.
There's almost definitely going
Webs
to be.
Yeah.
are
No,
cool.
there's not. I don't.
There's
think
gonna be
there's-
Spider-Man India in the new animated one across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, but they're doing a live action as well.
Oh, that's cool.
They hired casted the guy from Deadpool who drove the taxi.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, I like that guy.
I don't know his name.
Neither do I, but he's
hilarious.
a funny little guy, you know? He was in Creep 2, gets killed in the first scene. Spoiler alerts, guys. Sorry.
Creep were some good movies.
Huh?
Those are some good movies.
I didn't like the second one as much, but the first one was mine. It changed me.
Very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sleep in the daytime now. I feel like we didn't talk about Wall-E at all.
So I had some notes when I was watching it. I love Fred Willard.
Yeah, I
And
love Fred Willard.
So I was like so excited because you see him first on like a little piece of trash that Wall-E like rolls over, and he's the president. I'm like, I didn't really remember from when I watched this movie when I was younger. I was like, oh, that's such a sick cameo I didn't see when I was a kid. Like, I hope it's just that. Like he was just on a picture, but he has a little bit bigger overall. It's still pretty small, but it would have been sick if it was just Fred Willard's face on a piece of trash.
Yeah,
But then
that
that
would
was
be pretty
it.
funny.
Yeah,
So there's a live action element to Wall-E.
just the one character.
Right.
Is that
And
weird?
the movies too.
No.
Now, because they have different like filters over the footage to make it look like it basically looks cartoonish, but you could tell it's real life.
Okay.
And it's almost
I can picture that.
I can almost like say it's a thing because that I think time period where the live action footage was filmed in the movie was 2110 would be the year. I paused to make sure I got that right, and then like the actual present day in the movie was I think 700 years after that.
Okay.
So it's almost like the juxtaposition between the live action versus the cartoon is like maybe technology has moved on that much to now this is just how people like observe the world.
Interesting.
That's just how I interpret that, so no one can argue that it doesn't look stupid in the movie. But I think that as far as because I really enjoy this type of movie, the dystopian type future. Is always just something that I've really been interested in. I like sci-fi movies a lot. And then this was just one that was done, a story that has always been done, right? Worlds ending up there, trying to figure out how to make life work in space or something like that. And it was just done in a different way that didn't leave me like saying that I've seen a movie like this before. It was different enough to where it was entertaining. I thought it was also pretty cool how they basically had two different movies with the love story between Wall-E and Eve, and then the actual struggle of the human race trying to get back to Earth to kind of repopulate the Earth, re-terraform the Earth, and things like that. So I just basically, it was a movie that stylistically I liked, that did it in a way that made it fresh for me. Plus, the art style was very cool. At the very beginning, I thought it was basically like a cartoon version of 2001: A Space Odyssey. And
A lot of homages.
Yeah, and I didn't not like that, but I also at first thought it was like, all right, well, I see what they're doing. But throughout as the movie
Even
progressed,
the song plays at one point too, right?
yeah, and the bad guy, the I forget what his name is, the steering wheel.
Oh, Otto.
Yeah,
Autopilot.
he was directly ripped off of the 2001: Space Odyssey.
Hal.
Yeah, Hal.
So the writers actually nicknamed Wall-E's cockroach Hal.
Oh, really?
One because of Hal from 2001, and then he was the president of Pixar or something at some point.
Oh,
Or
interesting.
something like that. Yeah, some guy named Hal.
Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, stylistically, I liked it. There was a lot of stuff that really looked like Portals in there. So, I mean, that's like my favorite game of all time. So, I got pretty visibly excited, if you know what I'm talking about, when I saw that type of stuff. Boner. What was the other thing I was going to say? Yeah, and I already said it before, but the lack of dialogue was not jarring. And to make a connection to Three Idiots, based on my inability to read subtitles fastly, I thought the lack of dialogue between the two movies was actually kind of similar, just from a personal viewing standpoint. And I feel like it affected it less in Wall-E than it did Three Idiots.
What do you mean by that? I'm a little lost.
As far as my viewing experience, because I couldn't read the subtitles fast,
Oh, you
this is
couldn't
just
get
turning
that.
me into
yeah.
me not being able to read.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I see what you mean.
Yeah. So overall, I just thought Wall-E was a more enjoyable movie. Plus,
What
Three
did,
Idiots came out a year after Wall-E.
Yeah.
It seemed 10 years after. And I know it's cartoon versus live action, but it's like just stylistically, and I probably has something to do with it being a Bollywood movie.
What is that supposed to
They
mean?
film them differently.
well, different trends, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I would say that probably American
From
films.
the trailer, though, I did get like a Happy Gilmore, or not Happy Gilmore. What's the other one? With
Billy
tone-
Madison.
It
Billy
shifts
Madison.
tones
I
a
got
lot.
this Billy Madison.
It does shift tones.
Feel from the
You
look.
didn't- that's not wrong at all, too.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
there's
some-
just at some points in the movie it gets very somber.
Which is when movies were
And-
good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I like
that's
that.
like the time for me.
I do have to say the turn in the All Is Well song and dance number when the guy hangs himself at the very end. I
What?
was like,
Bro, you're giving us like.
I
some
said
of these-
heavy.
Wait, I didn't watch
said
that part of
heavy
it.
spoiler alerts at the beginning of this. I said it. Go back, rewind the tape. Who's our editor? Preston. Preston, rewind the tape and show everyone that I said heavy spoilers.
I was watching this video in the car on the way here, but I stopped it before the end.
You didn't get to the good stuff, but it was literally like I was coming out of being invested in the movie because of the dance numbers I spoke before, and then all of a sudden they are all happy, and then the guy hangs himself at the end. I was like, oh, now we're
Wait, so
in
are
a
these-
serious movie right
Are
now.
these dance scenes like also a part of the story?
so it's
Kinda.
weird.
Some
they-
are, some aren't, type of thing.
It seems like they are. I think you
Okay.
just have to assume that they are, but some things are just going to be weird for the storyline. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of suspension of disbelief in a Bollywood movie, I think.
I'm
So,
torn right now.
yeah.
Between them, actually.
Yeah,
Because,
and
like, they'll do the dance numbers and then they'll just go back to the storyline like nothing happened with like
From
no
like
one was just
one
dancing.
to Mamma Mia.
is that okay?
Yeah.
How?
From one to Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
you can't glaze over that one. That was a good one.
Wow, I just watched that turn. That is
Crazy,
Yeah.
right?
wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Wait. I want to ask my question. From one to Mamma Mia,
Mm-hmm.
how many dance scenes?
There's only
or
3.
Singing. Oh, there's only 3?
Yeah.
You're making it sound like half the movie is dancing and singing.
If you edited them together, it would probably be half the movie. They're very long dance scenes.
No, they're
No,
really
no, no.
long.
Hour long.
No.
5 minutes?
Each one
Yeah,
of them.
5 minutes.
Each
Alright,
one
so
of them an
15
hour
minutes,
long.
Hour and a half movie, 2 hours?
Yeah. No.
No,
3 hours.
this is a long.
3
ass movie.
hours? All right.
Yeah.
I
All
might
right.
be on Wally's side here.
Yeah.
That's fucking
that's what-
long.
It's
So that's
long.
what-
It's long.
And you're
I'm not-
lost. Well, I'm lost.
I'm not a
half the
song and
time.
dance man. I don't really appreciate musical numbers. But what I did like
He's an
about
oil man.
these,
As Zac Efron said, I don't dance.
what I liked about these is that it was a break from the movie without actually having to take a break from the movie.
But if you took a break
Like-
from the movie, you're gonna miss plot points.
Exactly. So there was no plot in the songs except
many
for the
No,
times
but
did
there
you pee
was. The
during
guy
the
kills
movie?
himself
Yeah.
at the very end of the plot
I
point.
pee a lot.
How many times did you pee during this 3-hour film? showcase.
Probably, I'd say somewhere around 4
Did you
to
watch
6.
Alone?
I pissed 4 times.
Yeah.
Did you
6,
watch
that's a
Alone
lot.
or no?
Yeah, alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I brought.
I don't think you did.
I pee a lot.
I
I have
pee
to
a
pee
lot,
right
too.
now.
I think we're at a point here where Jack and I really need to get the closing arguments from these guys, and we need to be swayed in one direction or the other.
How do we
Okay.
want that though? Like, do we want them to give us like their 3 last points? Like,
Honestly, I just want to hear them like argue a little bit more and try to convince us.
Okay.
I mean,
Connor and I are too nice.
Okay.
was
So-
Wally? Question about Wally. It's kind of anti, capitalist.
Very anti-capitalist.
Was it too close to 9/11 to be so anti-American?
It was 8 years later, John.
God.
Like I said, too close to 9/11.
I mean, you're not supposed to forget.
All right.
There's very shades of idiocracy.
Yeah, I had that written down actually.
Um,
Idiocracy vibes.
I guess that makes sense.
Mhm.
Honestly, when you think about it, it is just cartoon idiocracy.
Yeah.
Except there's no.
What does that mean, Foley? As someone who doesn't really like know movie.
So Idiocracy was
information.
like a complete I don't know.
It was basically like
Criticism.
if stupid people outbred intelligent people in 200 years, that's like the world would basically be a dystopian nightmare where no one knows how to do anything, and we're basically just turned into consumers who are led by big businesses for every choice in their life, basically. Which
We're getting there.
Which is like what Wall-E is.
almost identically what I would say the beeline through Wall-E was. You know, it was a bit more. I guess there was more justification for it because the world, Earth was uninhabitable, so they had to do that type of stuff. And then through their time up there in the 5-year cruise, which ended up turning into a 700 years, they kind of just put more reliance on the I guess the cruise ship, or what was the big and something was the name of the
By and
company?
Large.
By and Large, yeah. I don't remember where I was going with this. Basically, it was Idiocracy and the B plot, but then you had the love story between Eve and Wally, and like the triumph of those two people being able to make it through, and you know, basically save humanity through their love.
Beautiful.
No
Yeah.
suicides.
No suicides.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 1 point there for Wall-E.
So Three Idiots had one of the most creative plot devices I've seen in a movie used so far. One of the characters has a paralyzed father, and they use him as a joke and a prop to move the story along in different ways. And then at one point, that character goes into a coma after a suicide attempt. And they say to keep talking to him to wake him up. And the one guy goes, "Your dad's okay."
Yeah, they kept throwing out Hail Marys to just wake their friend up. They were
Yeah.
like, "Your sister's gonna get married."
Yeah. Your best friend's marrying your sister.
And I think the worst
Yeah.
part about that is
Hollywood.
he wasn't just like paralyzed in a wheelchair or like even like a quadriplegic in a wheelchair. He was laid out on a table in the one room house that his family lived in, convulsing on the table in front of the mother, just making food and like using the rolling pin to scratch his back and then go right back into making the food, like putting hair in it and stuff. And then we come to find out during a dream sequence, or no, was it the dream sequence, or basically when he was saying that the dad was okay?
When he was saying that the dad is
Yeah,
okay.
the guy's just up on a moped by himself, has a big goofy smile on his
Yeah, the
face.
dad.
So that actor
Wasn't
wasn't
actually
actually-
paralyzed.
wasn't actually paralyzed.
Yeah.
That's cultural appropriation, gentlemen. That's a big minus in the way of Three Idiots.
It was so nuts because they just like like it wasn't a real person. It was just like a joke to them that they have a paralyzed father.
'Cause
I guess this might be common in India.
Well, they just towed the line between it being like the most tragic thing in the world and then also the
Yeah.
most hilarious thing in the world.
Yeah.
So you just didn't know how you were supposed
Maybe it's
to
just
feel.
a very good example of gallows humor and how it gets you through tough situations.
Yeah, I could see that. The other thing that kind of is in the same vein as this, use of sound effects and music in movies is obviously huge, right? I think it's just as important as the actual filming of a movie. But Three Idiots just did it in such like awkward timing. And it was just abrasive in your face, like the use of like slide whistles at the very beginning of the like intro sequence when the guy forgot
I think
his
it's a
pants.
Bollywood thing.
Oh, is
I
it?
think the exaggeration of like that, and when they would scream, it would be like a very echoey like sound effect, and it would
Like birds would like move.
Yeah.
from
I
power
heard one
lines
of
type
those
thing.
yeah
at the beginning. That was weird.
And it was like
Yeah.
it's like almost an auto-tuned
yeah
scream,
I think that's a normal
weird.
thing to to really emphasize a joke.
and I don't like it.
It's art.
Yeah.
It's art.
But-
It's fart.
To make my final point, I'm gonna say, Three Idiots is at its heart a superhero coming of age movie about friendship, family, and pursuing your dream. Mixed
What's it mixed with?
with suspense hints of horror and emotional heaviness.
You just described my last bowel movement.
You get a little bit of everything in a very big package.
Yep.
That doesn't feel big.
I'm overwhelmed just by the description that you just gave.
And if you want to get through a very long afternoon, this is what you should watch.
Yeah, without saying anything.
If you
to
have
the
a
other
casual
person.
3 hours
Yeah.
to burn, this movie is for you.
All right.
I want to hear Connor say, though, that it's better than Wall-E.
It is better than Wall-E.
Oh,
It is
wow.
more entertaining than Wall-E. It's
Whoa.
a little bit more fun than Wall-E.
Dang.
This is what I would watch if I had to choose between the two to be entertained.
Okay. Are you a fan
Is this true?
of, like,
This is true.
cartoons and stuff?
this is true.
Or-
You're not lying.
I'm not lying.
Do you love
For the sake of
animation?
the
or-
narrative.
I'm not
All
lying.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
I like animation. I love animated movies, but this one, I don't know. It was
So-
just.
Love is a strong
I
word.
was hooked into it. Yeah.
So if you needed to be entertained and you only had these two movies, you would watch Three Idiots.
Yeah. They are so different. It's hard for me to compare them in different ways. That's what I'm boiling it down to.
And
that's why I'm choosing Three Idiots.
And here's why you wouldn't. Because even all of that you've just said.
No. I would.
And here's why you're wrong.
No, I'm right.
No, but here's why you're wrong.
No, this is my choice.
I'm about to give you why that choice is not correct. This is arguments.
For those of you not watching, Connor's taking his shirt off. Ready to fight, Chris.
You want to go? Even all of that said, which was very eloquently put, Connor, and you only had 2 hours, you'd have to watch Wall-E. Because that movie Three Idiots is so long that you'd have to literally plan your day around watching that movie.
Sorry.
As I did yesterday. I planned my entire day around watching Three Idiots.
Yeah, so did I.
Sorry, I get it because of the clothes.
Here's
why
Mom hadn't bought one in 2.5 years. That was
10
huge-
years.
10 years, yeah.
She bought 6 sorries. And I was sorry because I didn't like it. Anywho,
Damn.
my closing argument for Wall-E and why it's a better movie and more entertaining is because at its best, it is an interstellar love story put on the backdrop of man's plight to overcome his faults.
Star Wars.
And what I mean by that is Star Wars. No, I really enjoy the fact that it has so many elements of great movies. Like I said before, the sci-fi elements, dystopian future, which leads to a very gritty movie overall. But then you also have the love story between Wally and Eve, making it against all odds, which is also echoed by the survival of humanity, right? Their love, because they're 2 robots, their love, despite all odds, continues to last. The humans, despite all odds and having Earth being completely decimated, they still last. And, the one plant lasts throughout that entire movie with all of the robots trying to destroy it and not allowing the people to go back to Earth. It's basically just overcoming the struggle the entire time and done in a very cinematic and artful way. That's less than 3 hours long.
You don't have a lot of arguments, I feel like, here.
Me?
Yeah.
The argument is that movie is so long.
Yeah, I know. That's
That's your only point, man.
No, I can't follow it because I can't read.
Are the robots in love?
Yeah, they're in love. They don't
in
know
love.
that first either.
How does Wall-E compare to other Pixar films?
It's up there.
Ooh, that's a good.
Nothing's by The Incredibles.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
The
say
Incredibles
up
is
with
an
The
incredible
Incredibles.
movie. But I would pick Wall-E over The Incredibles. I can't. Toy Story is coming up later in the bracket, so if WALL-E moves on, there might be a chance where it goes up against another Pixar movie. Toy Story 1 would be pretty hard to beat, but other than that, I think that's more nostalgia. I think WALL-E would have my vote for the highest or the best Pixar movie.
Okay.
That I've seen personally. I'm not saying I'm a huge Pixar guy, but after watching it, like I really did enjoy it when I didn't think I was going to enjoy it.
I feel like that's how Pixar movies get you.
Yeah, I'll watch any Pixar movie.
Yeah.
I think they're great. I think they do such a good job making them for everybody.
Yeah.
So what are your guys' thoughts?
You want to go?
Okay. First of all, I did watch 20 minutes of Three Idiots and I stopped. And this doesn't negate the quality of the movie. I did the same thing with Phantom Thread. And I can't get past the first 20 minutes.
Doesn't really speak well for it.
Yeah, the first 20 minutes of that movie is fucking brutal. I don't know how anybody watched that, but sorry.
It's one of my favorite movies.
You're just throwing shade at one of the greatest actors of all
PTA.
time.
What is it?
Phantom Thread. It's a Daniel Day-Lewis movie.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh my God, Jack!
Actor.
You have to be relegated to the computer, I think.
I definitely. I think I might need to go there. Yeah.
Big Love Guru fan though.
It's 10 out of 10.
I mean, dude,
It's like, there's no question. I like the stupid movies.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I mean it's hard certainly to have not actually seen the movies, but I liked both of your arguments. I appreciated both of your arguments. I sort of feel that I'm leaning if I had watched both movies based on what you guys have said, I feel like I'm leaning towards WALL-E.
Yes,
It sounds like something that would be really up my alley.
because it's better.
It could be. It could be because it's better.
You know what would really help the arguments though is if you guys watch the movies.
That would help a lot.
I'm definitely going
You
to
have an excuse,
be
Jack.
watching
Yeah.
both of these movies. But I know I saw like bits and pieces of WALL-E like a long time ago. Like, and by long time ago, I mean like 8th grade.
I'm almost
Yeah,
glad
me
that
too.
I didn't see
Like-
either one of these movies until we
Yeah.
did this.
But I'm more inclined from Connor's description to watch this other Bollywood movie.
Oh, no.
Wait, hold on.
Mainly.
Oh, you said it.
Wait,
I was going
wait.
to say, what's the title?
Yeah, I knew that you were gonna do that. I know the names, Three Idiots, but and WALL-E. But I think I want to give Three Idiots a try over WALL-E, mainly because I'm not like die hard for animation. It sounds like it's just like based the whole time and appreciating what the animators do.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it does have a great storyline, I have nothing but respect for. I guess so. For the most
I don't
part.
respect at all.
I mean, I'd never go to world, but like I guess I
Land's pretty chill.
a lot of the movies.
We
and
actually
stuff like
might
that.
not be able to mention them.
Yeah,
Think
I
about
got
it.
a little worried about.
Do you know that
like,
Mickey
that
coming
comes to
out
my
of its
house.
patent soon?
Yeah.
In like 2024, I believe.
Yeah.
They're gonna make a scary movie for that next.
Yeah.
I'm going to use. I'm going to
Gritty
use.
story.
I'm literally going to use in every single promotional
Yeah.
thing as soon as it comes out. The ones who shall not be named, we can refer to them as that now. We've got 2 people we're doing that to. Anyways, this puts us in a bit of a predicament. We have a tie.
Mm-hmm. Siri, flip a coin.
Or do you want to just go? The winner will be who was ranked higher, the higher seed.
Yeah, we can give it to the higher seed.
We can't do that.
No.
All right, so we're not done arguing then.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to figure this one out.
You have to sway either John or I.
Yeah. So Jack.
WALL-E. I don't need 3 idiots in my life. Like
Okay. We'll do WALL-E. I was gonna say WALL-E does have a better soundtrack in my opinion. and Three Idiots is basically a musical. So
Wall-E does
that could take
have
some points
the
away.
pluses though of short time,
Yeah.
interstellar love, which you gotta love, right?
Yeah.
And
I mean, if
then
there's any
Best
love to
kind.
love, it's
I will
Interstellar.
say-
The
Love.
one other
So what did,
plus is I won't need subtitles.
Yep.
And you can really feel involved with that movie without needing breaks from a musical number.
Exactly.
And I do hate musical numbers more than
There you go.
anything. They make me uncomfortable in movies. I don't know why.
That
I
and
just,
sex
like-
Me
scenes.
too.
Yeah.
agree
I
with
can't
that.
stand sex scenes.
I can't watch musical numbers with my parents.
Was that a treble clef? Why'd you have to walk in on this point?
That crescendo. Just,
Cover your eyes. Here comes the bridge.
Does that mean it's just Wall-E now?
Yeah, it's
we've just
Wall-E.
decided.
There we go.
Was that the higher one or was that lower?
well, John,
the
would
higher
you
one.
have
Or the lower
swayed
seed,
at all,
but the
or
higher,
no?
high ranked.
I don't know. I probably not. Yeah, it's possible if Connor really.
Like if it was
Because I'm
Wall-E
torn.
against
I could go either way.
Love
Yeah,
Guru,
but-
that'd be way different.
Yeah.
If it was Wall-E against Love Guru, it would be different. You're right.
Thank you. Yeah.
3
you
idiots.
are
versus
right
Love
about
Guru.
that.
Cool.
Looking ahead at the bracket,
Yeah, what are
pretty-
our features to come?
Next week is pretty nice.
What's next week?
Parasite and Vertigo.
Ooh, that's going to be an interesting one.
So Vertigo is the old Hitchcock movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
it's exciting. There's gonna be some good stuff. There's a real big film bro section at the bottom of this bracket.
What?
That's really gonna
Tarantino, Scorsese, or something?
It's like Tarantino, Fight Club,
Ugh,
I've
Godfather.
never seen Fight Club.
really?
You even have Avengers down there. I don't know how
Wow.
the fuck that got on here, but
Dude, I do not understand the obsession with the Marvel movies for
there's
the best movies
a
of all
bunch
time.
on here.
They're like, I guess.
World building. It's never been done before. It's just a new way to make movies. People love it.
Yeah, and
Escapism at its finest.
and I'm I guess the old guy now just yelling from the top of the building. That's not a movie.
Yeah, I can't read subtitles.
yeah. Oh fuck.
Uh,
All right,
What
so
do you not like about?
subtitles?
No.
I'm dyslexic.
I get that. I totally get that.
I won't
But
understand
I'm
any of
saying
the movie.
Avengers.
The Avengers, I think it's just the fact that everybody is like so overly obsessed with them.
Wait, is it
and they're
just
so high-
Avengers?
No,
or like
it's-
a
it's-
Spider-Man movie.
It's most of the superhero movies for sure.
yeah,
it's
it's gonna be
more
a fun one.
I love
the
superhero
Spider-Man?
movies.
No, this is gonna be a fun one for us to talk about.
Oh yeah,
because Chris and I really are over it. And
Yeah,
you
it's-
guys are not.
It's so annoying, even to the point because I would always tout myself as more of a DC guy because
Ugh.
yeah, exactly. I'm just a huge contrarian. But even the most recent Batman movie, I'm like, now they're gonna try to create an entire cinematic universe versus that.
That
No,
was
they're not.
terrible. The newest
not.
Batman.
I didn't like it either. Oh, they're not doing that one.
No.
Was
Okay.
so upset.
But
by
the-
that.
Elseworlds. DC Elseworlds.
So yeah, that is the other thing. That's not in the DCMU. Is that what they call it? I don't know.
DCEU.
Yeah.
The DC Marvel universe.
Yes. Exactly.
If you don't
But-
like Iron Man movies, there's something wrong with
I
it.
don't.
That first Iron Man movie was great.
I get it. He's Tony
don't.
Stark. He's kind of a dick. Robert Downey Jr. was also kind of a dick. That's why it works so well. I'm sick of it. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This
Touchy
is the
subject.
Patreon.
Touchy subject.
It's gonna be good stuff. What do you guys think about Citizen Kane?
Fuck this.
Most
man.
overrated movie there
don't
is.
even
Can we
know what
just
it
call
is.
this "Fuck Citizen Kane"? Can we call that the podcast?
I actually wouldn't mind that.
This is it's just such a terribly slow and
I've actually
Batman.
I guess I haven't really seen many movies. I mean, I've seen a lot.
You've got a lot
to
of
me.
homework to do.
No, I'm pumped for that. Though.
yeah.
That's
Also this is gonna be fun too because we're gonna have to watch movies that
I would never
I
watch.
would never sit down and watch or watch again.
I would honestly recommend you forget to watch Citizen Kane that
Yeah.
week.
Okay.
That would be hilarious.
Hellboy on
Trying
there?
to explain Citizen Kane to someone who's never
I don't
seen
think
Citizen
Hellboy is
Kane.
No,
Yeah.
but it's Rosebud.
Yeah,
How do you
You
not
get it?
understand? It's Rosebud.
yeah. It's the whole crux of the movie, but it's just a sled. It's the whole crux of the movie.
Rosebud, Jack.
What's Rosebud?
Oh, wouldn't you
Rosebud.
like to know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
That's fucking.
All right,
sick.
so next week is Parasite versus Vertigo. So if you guys want to follow along, make sure that you watch those movies. Also, again, I said it at the very beginning of the episode, but we have a website. Click the link in the description below, and you'll also be able to make your own bracket compared to ours. And I think at the very end, if we have whoever's the closest, like we'll figure out how to do that because no one's gonna do this along with us. So it's like we can't do like a perfect bracket or something like that.
Chris is offering $10,000 if you end up having the perfect
Yep,
bracket.
10,000 Carf bucks, redeemable at your local Carfaro house. But yeah, we'll do something cool with it, and we have a bunch of other stuff that we're gonna be doing as far as movie podcasts that aren't this bracket based, different type of argument stuff. But we got a lot of fun stuff planned for you guys, so stay tuned.
Woo!
All right.
Hell yeah.